I thought you was about to give us a selection right quick.
No, listen.
Okay. So what's going on YouTube? It's Kevin and Mikkel. We are back with the new video. I was hoping to, talk about the topics and everything and all that good stuff. But, we have a lot of serious stuff that's just going on right now. But first, I want to just let you guys know that this week marks 6 years that Mikkel and I have first recorded a video together. And you can go back on the old YouTube channel, Scorpion Show, and look at it, Beyonce versus Janet Jackson. We've been doing this thing 6 years. 6 years went by really, really fast. I just want to say thank you to all the Scorpion Show supporters that have been watching us for 6 years. 2 years, 1 year, hell, 1 day. Just thank you all so much for your support, for tweeting us on Twitter, Instagram, everywhere, saying that we should be on TV. I'm going to make sure that we really do a campaign. We don't have a manager. It's just us in this thing. So we have a whole lot to do to get to where you want us to be and where we would like to be further than just being on YouTube. I could go on and on and on in my speech, but I'll wait till Saturday when I see you all at the Scorpion Show barbecue. There's just some things that I just want to just talk about or just express to everybody at the barbecue. It's this Saturday between 2 and 8 p.m. Y'all know it's going to go longer than 8 p.m. and y'all know not to come at 2 o'clock, but some of y'all will. Again, don't come at 1 o'clock. You can bring school supplies. If you drink, please bring drinks. Some people have been hitting me up about the La Marita brand. You can bring La Marita, strawberry, I don't care. You can bring it.
Whatever you want.
Yes, whatever you want. And the bartenders are hired. Thank you to those that did reach out asking did we need bartenders. They've already been selected. We're just gonna have a good time.
And don't forget to tip the bartenders too.
Yes.
Okay?
Because some of y'all was being shady.
Don't get no drink and not tip the bartender.
And if you're smart, you have your little thing on the side and you know.
Because you don't want me to come to you and ask you, did you tip the bartender? You don't want me to do that. Because I will grab that microphone and say, you, with the yellow shirt.
Yeah, so make sure y'all tip the bartenders. The food will be there. Some people have been asking, do we need anything? If on Saturday morning, I notice we don't have something and you're coming, and if you ask, I'll just put it on Instagram if we need anything, and if you're on your way, you can bring it. But I doubt that you would have to bring anything besides the school supplies and the drinks.
I'm not a part of that shenanigans.
Yeah.
I wouldn't dare put on Instagram when you bring something.
No, if they do, like if I don't have time.
You don't have time. You don't do anything anyway.
Don't tell me. Don't tell me.
How dare you?
I do a whole lot, and you riding. And first of all, let's talk about this shopping trip that we took on Friday for this fucking barbecue. Okay.
What about it?
Now
let's talk about how all this shit weighed my car down.
Yes, it did because we stuffed that fucking car. Okay.
Yes, we did.
And it was my fault because we didn't have to go all the way up there just yet to go get the meats and stuff. But oh no, he wants my sister to ride because he already knows it's going to be some shit.
First of all, it's not that it's going to be some shit, of course, because I do need entertainment on my drive. But your sister is cooking, okay? She has a group of females, her girlfriends that are helping her prepare the food. I don't cook. You don't cook. Okay. So we don't know exactly what it is that we need and how much of it that we need. So therefore, whoever's doing the cooking, we need to bring them with us so then they can say, this is what I'm going to need because I'm cooking, and this is how much of it I'm going to need. You and I can't decipher that because we're not doing the cooking. So we don't know.
It's not hard to get boxes of macaroni and boxes of
It ain't about getting boxes of macaroni. Anybody can do that. But we don't know specifically how much she needs.
Yeah, but then again,
and we don't know what brand she likes to use. We don't know that.
And then, of course, you can't just go somewhere without
You know what? Before you continue,
so much.
You know what? Since you know all the answers, Kevin the Scorpion Simmons, okay? Since you got all the answers, you know all the answers, and you know every damn thing. Next year, or if we do this next year, the year after next, Nina and I will keep our black asses home, and you can go by your damn self. Since you know everything, since you know what we need,
knowing everything
and how much of it we need.
No, let me tell you something. I know from doing this shopping thing for 2 years in a row, I have an idea of all the stuff that we will need. No, because this is my thing. You don't. But first, you know, why are you buying 6 bottles of barbecue when you could just buy maybe 1 or 2 big bottles of the barbecue charging you up for $6?
But the store that we went to,
I'm a person that like to make sure everything is right.
Yeah, well, the store that we went to, I'm sorry, excuse me, but the store
I was talking first, and you started.
The store that we went to,
I'm finished. So you don't just be buying all that extra shit that you don't need and wasting money. See, something about me is I'm a person that love to cut corners and I like to save on stuff. Now, there ain't nothing wrong with spending your money on the right stuff, but this ain't just our money. This is the money that we donated. So I had to make sure that everything is right.
We got
and buying 6 bottles.
6 bottles of barbecue sauce ain't gonna hurt nobody's damn pockets. And first of all, what I was going to say before you cut me off was that the market that we were at didn't have. I understand what you're saying about the barbecue sauce, and we're not gonna make this argument about barbecue.
It's not.
Okay, cause that's okay, Petty Murphy. We're not gonna do that. Okay,
you tried it
barbecue sauce.
No,
we bought a whole bunch of food, and he's talking about barbecue sauce.
But the
market that we went to didn't have the big thing of barbecue sauce, so she improvised and she got the 6 bottles. And I told you.
Go somewhere else.
If we go somewhere and we find the big bottles, we can easily take these 6 bottles back. That's why we have a thing called a receipt, okay? They will take it back and it's not open. They will take it back. So you don't have to be all your underwear up in a bunch about 6 bottles of damn barbecue sauce.
And you know what? Let me tell you.
Oh my God, I can't believe we got 6 bottles of barbecue sauce. Oh my God.
I want to just complain about that because listen, I'm like, now I know that when we bought tuna before, we ain't buying no.
Oh my God, the tuna fish. Oh my God.
Why are we buying like 30 cans of tuna?
Why do we have so much tuna? Why are we buying 30 cans of tuna? Because we got all these damn people coming.
I know, but we never use that.
Every year we have a barbecue.
Listen,
the crowd gets bigger and bigger.
See, I'm trying to tell you.
No, I'm trying to tell you.
I know what I'm trying to.
No, I'm trying to tell you. I know what I'm talking about. It's best.
He is never going to see where I'm coming from. So it's no use.
Because you walking in that dark valley.
I'm not walking in no dark valley.
It's best to have more than to have less.
I know that.
Okay.
I know that.
And you trying to cut corner? Well, I don't want to.
Listen, but this is what you not understanding.
I'm understanding.
You don't. This is my thing. We still have to go shopping again.
Okay.
So we're gonna make sure that we have enough. But don't buy up the whole fucking store.
No, nobody.
We got to come
she
back.
didn't buy up the whole store. That's what I'm saying. She didn't buy up the whole store.
But see, after everything, I realized, okay, well, you know what? It wasn't that bad.
But
I'm not a person.
We didn't even spend that much money.
We sure didn't. But this is the thing. I'm a person that's like, okay, yeah, you going shopping with us, but you got to remember, this is coming from, we're paying for this. Don't just throw everything in the cart, because I have to physically calculate everything that's going on to make sure this price is right, this price is not right. But if I step off,
you need to be on the price is right.
If I step off for 1 second and come back and see that something else is in the cart and I didn't get a chance,
like a box of pizza.
Yes, okay. Now what the fuck is a box of pizza doing in there when we're shopping for the barbecue?
Cause who's serving pizza?
Now see, this is what I'm talking about. But that's what I said. We don't need no fucking 30 cans of tuna. Now see, I'm a person that like to do a deduction. And I made sure, and I got the money from next door too. How you doing? Stop playing. Stop playing with me. I don't play when it comes to that stuff.
Okay.
Cause I need to make sure everything is right. I said.
How did you ask next?
No, she said, oh no, I know, I have the money, yes, $13. And she made sure she gave me the 10 and 3 ones. Yes, she did. Hey, Aaron, shout out to my neighbor. She's making the macaroni and cheese. She said, make sure you have my cheese. Okay, I'll give you the cheese. You have the macaroni.
You have my
macaroni. Okay, and my $13.
Bitch!
But no, it was overall it was fun, but after a while I got irritated. Like,
see, the thing is, Kevin doesn't know how to have fun when he goes out with his sister.
It's not.
I don't have this type of excitement at home. Okay, I don't have a family, a pack of
You, bitch, you can go home right now.
I don't have a pack of where the wild ones are.
Let me tell you something. Okay. And then when we get to the marketplace,
I don't have that.
Marketplace.
So when I come to this house, I enjoy it, and I like for Kevin and his sister to be together because I know that they're gonna start arguing, and it gives me my life.
I make sure it's right. I make sure everything is right. And by the time we did all that shopping, make sure everything right, we get to the register, and I'm like, what is all this extra? Oh, I went off at that counter.
Yeah, he did.
I went off.
A bit embarrassed.
It wasn't no fucking embarrassment. This is the thing. This is why I told y'all.
No, you didn't tell me a damn thing.
I don't need to do all of this, okay? But it's like, why are you putting that in there? But we're gonna need it. But it's like,
and I told Kevin at the market, every year that we do this, it's always been Kevin, myself, and his sister going shopping for the barbecue. And every year it's the same thing. Him and his sister argue about why is she doing this? Why is she putting this in there? This doesn't cost this much. And then at the end result, everything always goes into place.
Yeah,
and the food is always good,
That's
and there's
right.
always enough because Nina knows what she's doing.
No, it's not all the time, but we gotta.
What do you mean it's not all the time? When did you
gotta have?
What year did she not know what she was doing with the food?
Wait a minute. Okay. Well, for the first time, I did the shopping back in two years ago. I did all of that, so I knew. This was before anybody donated anything.
That's why I said
everything came out.
Look,
girl, I would never do it again.
That's why I said,
but
the next year you can do it by yourself since you know everything. You know everything. You know.
Well, I'll let y'all get
One
the
thing
list.
I'm not going to do is argue with somebody who knows everything.
Oh, I don't know everything. You think you know everything? You don't want to know everything.
I don't know a damn thing.
True.
According to Kevin Simmons, I know nothing. So I'm going to let you do all the shopping.
Listen. Well, look, we still got one more. Oh my God, we got one more round to go.
No, we don't have nothing. Okay, okay.
We don't have nothing. We got.
You're gonna go with Ariel because that's what you said.
You're gonna go.
No, I'm not. We don't have
nothing coming, and we're going shopping.
No, we're not.
We're doing that one. Well, whether you come or not. You know, I got a driver. If it ain't you, it's Ariel. If it ain't Ariel, it's Dennis.
Look,
all right.
Look, Dennis, do you hear this?
He's not gonna be mad.
He's going.
And let me
Dennis
tell
has
you,
a job.
Let me pause this camera right quick. That's why I'm grown. I'm not gonna tell you
okay, Beyonce.
Yes, but anyway, y'all, we want to see y'all out on Saturday so we can have a good time. If you have, again, any questions, hit me up on Facebook. If you live in New York, DC, Baltimore, you can take Megabus to Philadelphia. It drops you off at 30th Street Station. Once you're at 30th Street Station, it's all of these cabs right there. You get in the cab, tell them you want to come to 23rd and Berks. Tell them to take I-76 and get off at Girard.
Now you gonna tell him all that. Just tell him to come to 22nd and Burks. That's all.
No, because you know this cab driver. I'll give y'all the rest of the directions in the info down below. Because you know how the cab drivers do when they know you're not.
Oh, yeah, ain't nobody from out of town gonna remember take I-76, get off at Girard. That's like me going to California. Take Alvarado Ave.
Take the 405. You take the 405 north to such and such and such and such. Now, I live right around the damn corner from the place. So anyway, yeah, we'll see y'all Saturday, August 16th. So, sad news, you know, because you know how I asked you guys what y'all want us to talk about. Mikhail talking about something, you know, they want to talk about Robin Williams. I'm like, what are you talking about? He's like, well, apparently he died. And then after we, you know, kept searching, we found out that he committed suicide today. And, you know, once I heard suicide, the chills just went through my body. Because I know there was reports that he was going to inpatient care or outpatient care, but they were saying that he was having depressions. And I know recently his show, The Crazy Ones, had got canceled on CBS, but that was the last time that I had heard about what Robin Williams. And the last time we was talking about it, we was discussing about what's that movie? Mrs. Doubtfire 2. But now we know for sure it's not going to happen. But the crazy thing is, though, I am really shocked by his death. I've never heard nothing crazy about Robin Williams. So I was, you know, surprised when I heard about him battling depression. And that's some crazy stuff to take your life. And y'all know how I feel about the suicide thing. But when you see someone going through it, you really have to be there. You have to be in a really, really depressed state to just go ahead and take your life. And you know, Dennis and Brandon, they were saying, you know, that just goes to show, you know, that all that money don't bring happiness, and it doesn't. And I don't know what he was battling depression about, but my heart goes out to his family. You know, it's sad to hear that. It's just so sad. And I learned about him, but I grew up on what Mrs. Doubtfire. So that was like one of my favorite movies, and of course he done did so many other movies before that, TV shows and other movies after that, and you know, I just loved how he was always able to change up his voice and to do all these different characters. He had so many characters within himself. Like I don't know what it was, but you know, I'm just really sad to hear about his death. If you want to add anything.
No, he's going to be truly missed. A legend, a true legend. Peter Pan, Mrs. Doubtfire,
Jumanji,
Flubber,
Aladdin. Jack. Yes, he was the genie. Like, oh my God.
What is it? The TV show
Mork and Mindy.
You know, it's just a true legend. Robin Williams was indeed a true comedic legend, and he will be missed. It's sad to hear, you know, because nowadays 63 is young.
Yeah.
63 today ain't like it was 20 or 30 years ago when somebody was 63 and they could just consider old. Now it's like 63 is still young, and to know that he still had some years ahead of him, especially in the entertainment business. Because it wasn't like he was somebody who was complete, like he was washed up. No, that was Robin Williams. Like,
always had a
what?
job.
So it's sad to hear about his death. It really is, and my heart goes out to his family. It really does.
Yeah, that just messed me up today. And I want to talk about what happened with the Mike Brown situation. I'm not fully aware of everything I heard, but every time I see the news, they're saying he had his hands up and he got shot. And McKellen and I was talking, and he was telling me that he had got into it with the officer, according to one of his friend's statements, and the cop shot him. I seen that he got shot 8 to 10 times. He was shot in the head and shot in the chest. This is my thing. If I'm unarmed, what is it that I can possibly do to you to make you shoot me that many times without having a weapon in my hand? And y'all know we can go on and on. It's really something wrong in this world with cops and citizens. Nobody is getting along. Every time you look on the computer, you see a cop disrespecting somebody. And we're always taught to show officers respect. But how can I respect you if you keep treating me like trash? How do you expect me to comply with what you're telling me? Why are you arresting me? You can't even tell me why you're arresting me. You putting your arm around my neck, choking me out. You shooting me, and I'm unarmed. It's just, or you beating me for no reason. Just watched a woman on the news this morning, found out she was homeless, and now she's suing the cops. I seen this story about maybe a month ago, and she's just now getting out the hospital where he beat her on the road. I mean, punching her in her face. Who is doing the hiring around here? Because this is not what should be going on. And I know this has been going on for a long time. But with technology, everybody has camera on those phones. And you know, we're able to record everything that happens. And then you see officers want to get mad at you for recording them. But no, if you were doing your job right, there would be no reason for you to go off on me or get upset if you're doing your job. I seen another officer. They rearrested him. Well, they arrested him because he done lied in his story about what happened between him and the guy that was on the road. He pulled that man over and beat him up and made up a different lie, and then tried to delete the video off his damn dashboard. Come on. But people, let me tell you something. I don't care what's going on. It does not give you the right to tear someone else's shit up. You don't go to nobody's store and beat down their store, bust the windows, set it on fire, steal hair. Steal hair! And you gonna fucking post it and think that that's cute? Are you stealing hair? Come the fuck on. Somebody lost their lives, and that's how you want to pay tribute to them? Fuck you if you got to do that for me. Fuck you. You ain't got to tear nothing the fuck up in my name. If anything, you gonna give me a damn peaceful protest and go ahead. I don't care everybody saying, oh, you know, they want to use Martin Luther King quotes about the riots, and you know, the quiet people are the ones that, I don't remember the exact quote, but you know what? That's just an excuse for attention. They were saying that, yes, what does that have to do with rioting? No.
Leave a comment on one of my posts saying the reason why people was doing it because the officers were spraying them with tear gas.
No. And then talking about because they're unheard. If you unheard, that doesn't mean you got to go out and show your ass like that. If you want to be heard, you go get that fucking bullhorn and you get out there and you protest and you get everybody around you and then you march peacefully and try to get things done. Or why not run for office and be the person for the people? Why not do that?
They tearing up their own community.
You tearing up your own shit. Come the fuck on.
Right. And then
I looked at that Quick Trip and I was mad. Look how that shit was all in flames.
Yeah.
You come in my shit and think you gonna tear it up, bitch, you getting shot. I wouldn't have felt sorry for any of them that got shot by any of them store owners. Because you ain't gonna come in my house and tear my shit up and think that it's okay because you're upset with the fucking police. It will never be okay.
And stealing.
Yeah, stealing.
Did you say hair?
Hair. Yaki, Remy. Shout out to the old video. But you don't do that. Come on, man. We got to do better. This is why people look at us and just call us animals and call us apes, call us wild, because this is what you're representing. We said this on several videos, and I think we just fucking said this. When you see white people protest, they do it peacefully, and if they got something to say, they're gonna say it, but they ain't gonna get all rowdy. They're gonna do it right.
Yeah.
Come on, they get up there and they read them people on that panel. They read them.
Read them very educationally.
Yes. But not us. Oh no, we got to tear this shit up. Bang. Knock down shit. No, that is not the right way to be heard.
Then start cussing.
That is not the right way to be heard. We have to figure out a better way, and we need more leaders to step up and, visit these police departments or have the commissioners, all the police commissioners, y'all need to get together again. I know there was one recently, but all of y'all need to get together again and find out how the fuck y'all can do a better job in serving these people. Because serving them with batons and shooting them, it ain't the answer.
Well, you know what that one cop said?
What?
If Obama don't have to follow the Constitution, neither do I.
Oh,
and
no.
that's what a lot of them got that mentality.
Oh,
the
my
president
God.
has to follow the Constitution, so why should I?
You know what? The president should be the reason why you beating up on somebody, because that's not right, and you know it's not right. Just picture, if you're a police officer and you're watching this and you're one of those that don't follow the law, just picture somebody beating up on your mother that way, or picture somebody beating up on your elderly grandmother, and you know that that's not right, and they just beat her ass anyway. Seeing that video, that lady getting dragged out her apartment, or no, she was beat up in her apartment and dragged out the apartment. These cops are doing too much, and I want y'all to keep recording them. I want y'all to keep on recording them. Then they were showing a picture of they were saying, I seen something about Rioto in Rioto, California, where crime dropped 60% because the officers are required to wear cameras on their vest. So now you can't go out there and beat ass because you got that camera on. It's gonna make you do right. So maybe they should do that with all police officers. Y'all got the money.
Because apparently they don't give a damn about the dash cam.
No.
Catching everything.
They sure don't.
And they'll get you behind. See, a lot of them are smart. They'll get you behind the car where there is no dash cam and whoop your ass back there.
But you shouldn't have to do that being a police officer. You have to find a better way to channel your anger. Why don't y'all do evaluation tests with these cops? Make sure they fucking hear right. They probably done seen so much that they going crazy.
Or why don't you do like the malls do with the secret shoppers? Put a secret criminal out there and see.
Baby, you better tell it.
And see how they react. And don't let them know that's what you're doing. And just have them speed and see how the cops do. What? What? Can you imagine how many of them would be off the force?
Yeah. It's gonna be it's crazy. And I seen a lot of people agree with those riots. Well, you know what? Let them come to your house and fuck your shit up.
Or go to your mother and father's corner store that they done worked hard for to get opened and built and tear this shit up and see how much you agree with them then. Because I agree with protesting, but I'd be damned if I agree with seeing somebody's store up in flames or seeing black people, okay, busting in through storefront windows and stealing shit. Where is the protest in that? What does any of that have to do with Mike Brown? And then what amazes me is that black people seem to always have an excuse for why other blacks are doing that. Ooh, bitch. smacked
You
myself in the face. Yes, I did.
That's because somebody was reading you through that camera.
That's okay, they can read it. Because at the end of the day, I'm getting paid. And you don't see me protesting nowhere, okay? Okay? And I'm getting paid this week, too. At my other job. So, I just don't understand why it is that they do that. And then there's all, like, I couldn't understand that young lady. I couldn't get over that. That young lady had the nerve to tell me on my post the reason why they did it was because they were, oh no, I gotta get,
Call her out.
Yeah, I'm gonna call her out. Yep, I'm gonna, and then, you know, they read her in the comments.
Why not?
Yeah, they all,
and as they should.
They got her all the way together. Well, how that song go? All the way turned up. Yeah, they got her all the way together. All the way together. Okay? Hold on, I'm about to find it right now. Where's she at? Yup. Then the name got to be something with Minaj.
Ooh, there is everybody in there going off of them
comments. You see
That's
that?
how my Facebook wall look.
Bitch. These comments is ridiculous. This is what I said. I left a caption saying, breaking into stores and stealing Jordans isn't solving any problems or proving any points. The only points that those in St. Louis rioting are proving is we really don't know any better. A pair of Jordans isn't bringing justice for Mike Brown. And she was the first one that said they were being provoked with tear gas. So that's why they were breaking into stores.
If they were being provoked with tear gas, that would be the first thing on the news. Then people were mad that they were reporting that they were rioting. Okay, I'm pretty sure that the news also did talk about the other stuff.
If anyone is trying to harm you, you mean to tell me you're not going to do anything? They were peacefully protesting. I want to know what she was watching, because I didn't see no peaceful protest. What was she watching?
This is not the fucking 1960s and 50s.
No, Kevin, what was she watching?
Oh no, she's just making an excuse. Did she even have a picture on her profile?
No, I told you it's Tay Minaj.
No, click on it. I want to see if she showed her face.
Oh yeah, she does.
See?
Yeah, that's what she said. That's what she said.
And that's all I'm going to say.
I didn't make that up.
We really have to do better when it comes to protesting. We have to do better when it comes to a lot of things. And we are, it's just, it's just sickening. It's sickening, y'all. And people, y'all want to say it's okay to protest? It's okay to protest, but let's do it peacefully.
Yes.
Let's speak our mind. If we have something to say, let's call the congressman. And let's find out what's going on. There are ways to do a lot of things, but we don't do a damn thing. We barely want to even vote. So why you think things the way they are now?
And God forbid what's going to happen once 2016 hits and they realize that Obama's name ain't going to be on that poll. Okay? They're going to say, oh, well. I mean,
I would like to hear Obama speak out, but I heard that they got the FBI involved with what happened with this killing. I don't believe in. First of all, you ain't got to kill nobody. If he was trying to get away, why are you shooting him? If he didn't have a weapon, why are you shooting him? If he tried to hit you and he didn't have a weapon, you do have a baton to hit him.
Or mace.
Yes.
Pepper spray, whatever.
But taking
if
his
you ever
life,
notice, they don't even use that. No, they don't even use that, and they got it. Look for it.
And just seeing Mike Brown's body all over the internet, I'm getting tired of seeing that. But I understand you want us to see how severe it is. But
you ain't seen nothing until you
look at them people over there overseas.
No, you ain't seen nothing until you seen the video of those kids that was hit by that car.
I don't want to watch that.
Oh, they showed me that yesterday, Kevin. It is horrible. It is so. First of all, the last thing I'm going to do is pull out my phone and record babies lying in a field while people are trying to bring them back to life. Somebody was recording this before the ambulance got there because you could hear the ambulance in the background. So, of course, like I said, it's a busy intersection. So when the people, I guess, in the car saw this, they got out of their cars and run. You had to see these kids, their bodies scattered across the field, and how people were running to each one, trying to bring them back to life. And people were actually out there recording. And I'm like, what?
We're in a generation that want to know who the fuck.
Didn't I say this a long time ago? Before anybody helps, they go like this. I could not. I said that was something I could have did without singing. It was so sad. Like, it was just so, and I mean, they're lifeless bodies. And then once the ambulance came, the paramedics came, they were trying to resuscitate. You could see them running from each body trying to get them, and neither one of those kids, their bodies were they were gone, like gone. And I felt so bad to see that. Like, it was so sad. And you could see even in the paramedics' face, like, they were just like, oh my God, oh my God. But it was nothing they could do. It was not, those kids were gone. Like, once they got hit by that car, they were done. And the way they were scattered all over that field, that means that those people had to force, like, they were speeding and hit them. It was so sad. And I couldn't believe somebody would actually put up their phone and start recording it. That's the last thing I'm going to do. That's why there's a lot of things that
my heart would hurt looking at something like that.
My heart would hurt looking at stuff like that. But like you said, this is the generation that does stuff like that. There's just certain things that I don't record. And stuff like that, I just won't record. I just won't record stuff like that. You will never see me record. You will never see me record that. If somebody is laying there dead, why would I ever think to pull up my phone? Like, for instance, we were talking about this yesterday. I followed this guy on Instagram, and a friend of his was killed. And it was all on the news, and he had posted pictures of them together killed. Well, he posted a picture of him on Instagram crying like this. Crying. Like, who does that?
Just to show his... If you want to cry, why not just talk about it instead of just taking a picture?
I said this yesterday when I was talking to my first lady about it. I said the last thing I'm thinking about is social media if somebody in my family, friends dies. My mind is far gone from social media. Social media is not even on my register if somebody in my family dies. That's just not where my mind is at, right? And then to take a picture to show that you're... And then take a picture of yourself and then upload it and leave a caption to see how many likes it gets.
Did he take it down?
I don't know. I couldn't even find his name yesterday when I was trying to show them. I couldn't even find what his name was again. It just irked me so bad. And I screenshot it and I kept it on my phone for a long time. Just to show people how ignorant, like how silly people are. Like, they just do silly things. Let me see.
Well,
I can't think of what his name is.
let me tell you something. Why are you looking for that name? I don't know who does the casting over there at Lifetime. But Missy Elliott ain't never been light-skinned a day in her life. And there are countless of brown-skinned actresses that would have loved to take advantage of playing that role of Missy Elliott. And you pick, and she looks Asian, like an Asian woman. Missy ain't Asian. Come on, man, y'all could do better. And I don't know who they casted as Timberland. But Timberland and Missy were both heavy back in their time. At that time, back in the day.
And neither one of them were heavy.
And Timberland wasn't always, well, no, I'm not going to say that. But y'all could do a better job with the casting. Y'all could have got Taystee from Orange is the New Black to play Missy Elliott because she has that personality, and I think she could pull Missy Elliott off very, very well. But I don't know who this girl is. They say she's an upcoming actress.
He took it down.
Good.
Yeah. He took it down.
What's all that other stuff? But I'm over at Lifetime, and Missy Elliott, and Wendy Williams, you know better than that. I know you got to say so in this shit too, because it's your production company.
And Wendy Williams is a joke. She is. I thought that was going to be a serious interview with her and Aretha Franklin. It was just a read session.
But I love it though.
Getting her together.
The whole time.
The whole time. But now watch it, Wendy. Oh no, that's what you think. No, that's what you think. She was getting Wendy together. Mm-hmm. I'm thinking like, okay, this is going to be a serious interview. What? I know. Shame.
And then when she went all the way to Detroit. But I still like that interview. She's like, who would you call the next queen? Me.
Why she was doing the tea? Making the tea and eating the bread and just. Oh wait, Aretha Franklin is one of those people that you just can't. You're never gonna win with her. I said, you think you know it all? No, she thinks. She knows it all.
And they really tried her at their fucking Johnny Rockets the other day.
What they said?
Bitch, so she ordered takeout. But she decided, okay, well, I'm going to eat it inside. Oh, no, miss, you ordered takeout. So you can't eat in here. You can't eat that in here.
So what did she say to them?
Oh, no, she got them together. Probably
she recorded it or what was on the news?
But they said that they got him together. Yeah, they apologized and they had to...
Well, the people on Johnny Rockets, they probably didn't know who she was.
Bitch, because everybody should know Aretha Franklin.
Yeah, there's a lot of young... No, that's not true, because remember we saw that one year in American Idol where those young people didn't know who those old stars... Like, what season was it? I know you know what I'm talking about, where They did a season of American Idol, and they were doing a lot of old school songs. And some of the people who were doing it didn't even know the artists. They didn't even know who they were. And it was just like, how don't you know who these people are? Like, what? And you're supposed to be a singer? Like, for instance, these young people who work in Johnny Rockets, they probably know her songs, but they probably couldn't tell you what she looked like, especially now. You know what I mean?
That's messed up.
You and I know what she looks like now.
She done got...
Now you know. You know damn well. And when you said, I'm sorry, miss, that's probably how they were. Like, oh my God, I'm so sorry, miss. And she probably sitting there looking like, you don't know who I am. And they probably like, oh, who is she? That old lady right there.
Well,
that old lady right there. That woman right there. And they probably, and the manager's probably 22, probably don't know. Like, oh, we're so sorry, miss.
And then Johnny Rockets didn't appreciate their press.
Right.
They got him together real fast.
Yeah. And I can see them now. She left out, somebody said, y'all didn't know who that was? No.
But why would you, if I already paid my money, why are you mad when I decided to eat in?
Because they probably didn't have no room. They probably didn't have no room. And they probably was just, you know how Johnny Rockets
is always empty on South Street.
No, that's Johnny Rockets.
Not always empty, but you know.
But we ain't talking about South Street. We talking about Detroit.
I don't know where they was at.
No, they wasn't on South Street. So don't just say, oh, since that one on South Street's empty, they all empty.
But you know what? They got some good ass food.
They do have some good food in Johnny Rockets.
They do. Will be in the bathroom. Trust.
You yes, you will.
Trust.
Oh, yes, you will. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And don't eat it before you go to church.
Yes. Who goes to? You know what?
I don't eat anything before I go to church. I went to Applebee's yesterday after church, and I thought I was in heaven. I was so hungry sitting there, and for some strange reason, my pastor was preaching really long.
This Sunday?
Yes, yesterday. Well, yeah, this Sunday, because this ain't coming up.
Oh yeah, yesterday. Yeah, this Sunday.
You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And then my first lady kept sitting there. She kept.
He had something to say.
He did have something to say. But she was tired, and so was I. I was tired and hungry, and I was ready to go.
So where did you go afterwards?
I just told you Applebee's.
I thought you went to Applebee's before.
No, I went after. Not where after.
Where's Applebee's on downtown?
Look, this is the one who's 91. First shot, that's it. When my first lady said
Y'all looked packed yesterday.
oh, it was. There was a lot of people yesterday.
All right.
She
was ready.
Yeah, it was a lot of people in there yesterday. I said, "Oh, what we giving on something?"
Did y'all have food? They had food.
Yeah, food yesterday. They had our After we have to start promoting this. My church, I don't know if it's every Saturday, but I have to find out. But we do community feedings, where we give out free lunches and to the community. And I think it's like school supplies that they give out too on Saturdays. And I have to find out if it's every Saturday, but we do it. And if you live in Philly, in the West Philly area, you can come by and get yourself a free lunch. I'm gonna be honest with you. It's for people who are not, who are low income people. I mean, of course we're not gonna turn anybody away, but just be mindful. If you know that you can afford to go get a lunch somewhere, don't come in here getting no lunch. Because it ain't for y'all. It's for people who are low income. Now, if you want to come in here and donate something for us, then we would appreciate that. But I always think that if you know that you can, do for yourself, you can go home and make your own sandwich. Some people can't do that, and that's who we're doing it for, those who are less fortunate.
Oh, that's nice.
And since we've been doing that, we've got, in the past 3 Sundays in a row, we've gotten 3 new members join our church from the community feed. Won't he do it? Yes, and yesterday, this lady, she joined our church, and we were so excited. Like, we just was like so happy and shouting. And she was so excited in the beginning because we did our welcome address, and she stood up and she said how this was like her 3rd or 4th time coming, and she said, she really enjoyed herself the last time that she was there, so she came back again. So at the end when was inviting people to come to Christ or whatever, and she got on up and she came on up to the altar, and we was just so happy for her. It was so nice. And then my pastor, he invited the mothers of the church, because all of the mothers was there yesterday too. All of the ones who were able to come. And he invited them all to come up and, greet her, whatever the case may be. It was so nice. Like, it was just really, really nice. I was crying.
You was crying?
Well, real quick. Well, I told you that we have a member, one of our mothers of the church, she's 100 years old. and she was put in hospice the other day. And her son, she only has one child. Her son, he was at church this past Sunday. So when we did our altar prayer, my pastor called him up to the front of the altar. And what my pastor did was he called all of the men in the church who had lost their moms to come around him and stand with him. And it was so emotional. You know, my pastor did this, you know, he just did a great job with the altar prayer. And at the end, like, he was crying, and the other men were crying, and they were hugging him. It was so, everybody in the church was crying. Because his mom has been a part of our church for over 60 years. And his mom was a big figure in our church, and she's 100 years old, and she's, you know, she has dementia now, she's in a nursing home. But it was just so sad because he's the only child, and his kids live in D.C. Like, he's the only one here. So it was really emotional. It was really emotional.
Well, how old is he? Like 70?
No, I think he's like 68. He's like 68. Mm-hmm. But his mom was the one a few months ago we went to the nursing home to go celebrate her 100th birthday.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. So it was really sad and emotional.
Maybe that's why it was so long. You had so much going on.
Yeah, we did. We had a lot going on yesterday. No. Yeah, we did, but my pastor was just preaching really long. You know, you got those Sundays, some Sundays where your pastor will preach, but this Sunday he was just preaching. I'm just looking like, all right, I'm home.
Your first lady coming to the barbecue Saturday?
They won't be here. They're going to Maryland. They're going to be on vacation.
I know that's right. So they ain't preaching on Sunday.
No, there'll be another pastor.
Yeah, they took the whole weekend off. I know that's right.
You think I did? And he did the same thing you just did. Because I already told him, I said.
No, I'm not going to say it.
Don't say it.
Well, you know what?
Yeah.
We would like to say thank y'all again for your support 6 long years.
And I let Sears stick me in my head. That's just how I feel about it.
We'll be back next week sometime. Because I think
Monday. We'll be back Monday, right?
Maybe.
Why?
If I'm here.
Wait, when you going to cruise?
I'll go the week before. We got a lot to do next week.
But why won't you be here on Monday? Where you going?
I don't know. I might take the day off.
And do what? Well, why do I have to take the day off? Because you want to take the day off.
Oh, you don't have to take the day off. You can work with Dennis. That would be fun. It's like, no, okay, never know. We really got to, I don't know, but we got to do.
Yes, who is that?
Yo.
We said yes, who is that? We didn't say open the door.
My name's Samaya, won't you?
Okay.
What she look like? She's in here now?
She's alright, I'll be downstairs.
Oh, I thought you brought her upstairs with you.
Oh, she'll be in my room.
What?
He's a thought. He's a male thought.
On that note, we got to go.
I hope she don't watch
That's
the
in
show.
the video?
Yeah, it's in the video. That's why we said.
Shit.
Nobody told you to open the door.
I know, and I'm going to tell Charles.
Who is that?
Nobody.
Oh, I thought I heard somebody in the background. So you be too many people walking up them steps.
Close my door. I'm
He's
coming
still
down.
talking.
Who's still talking?
Oh, this all going to be edited out.
Wait, who's somebody?
The girl I used to work with at,